So, Barry, why do you think Iris wanted you two to see me today?
Well, we recently started working together.
You canceled training the other day without asking me.
Training?
Swimming.
A marathon.
It's a triathlon.
We're not on the same page. People could die, like if they crashed into a brick wall going 100 miles per hour. Metaphorically.
The weight of the whole city falls on my shoulders. I'm the Flash.
You are not the Flash, Barry. We are.
I trust you, Iris.
Then run, Barry. Run.
Hey, look, it's a Flash!
If I were you, I would start running.
I gotta go.
Excelsior!
What is it? Cisco figured it out. He figured out how to crack Barry's code.
You did? What does it say?
Hold on 1 sec. It's loading. Come on. Loading. And it says, this house is bitchin'.
All right, then. On with the show.
Hey everybody, this is going to be my Flash DC TV Q&A video. I'll also include stuff from the other DC TV shows, but we'll start with Flash stuff. There's a little bit of crossover updates that we've gotten. Stephen Amell has even been making some jokes and posting some pictures from behind the scenes, so I'll start with that stuff. As you saw, Constantine is coming back on the shows, so I'll explain that too. But I'm going to do this in a slightly different way than I would normally do Q&A videos. There's a new round of that Justice League ticket giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video. I'll announce a new winner at the end of this. So a lot of you have been messaging me with pictures from behind the scenes of the Earth X version of all the crossover characters. So like Stephen Amell just posted this picture. It's of somebody in the pipeline. He sort of greened it out so you can't see who it is, but you see a little corner of the suit here. So he said it's a scene that he's been waiting this whole time to film. And this suit kind of looks like his doppelgangers. There are a lot of you that want this to be Tommy. I don't know if Tommy is going to be a part of the Earth X crossover because Colin Donnell is still a series regular on his TV show. So if by some act of God they were able to schedule that and it were to work, it would be really cool. So just whoever he is in here, this is supposed to be a really, really big scene from the crossover. So I'm not expecting to see an actual trailer for those episodes till the beginning of November, but relatively soon, very soon. They're almost done filming. So moving into The Flash, I just try to take some of the biggest questions that you guys were asking after the first episode. So the first one is what's up with Wally running around with dyed hair, not being in the Flash episodes? Like he has purple hair here. Very clearly he's not on the set. The thing is he's probably just not a big part of the crossover episode, so he'll come back when he's done with this. Yes, he did appear on Legends of Tomorrow, but the big surprise there is that it was actually in the first episode and it was just a really small thing inside Central City. So that was really more about Citizen Steel help filling in the gap while Barry was gone in that 6-month period between seasons. Not so much about Wally going on another TV show. So when he does come back, I think it will be to The Flash. I think part of the reason why they're not doing a lot more speedsters this season is so that they can focus more on his character development, and obviously they've kind of recycled a big speedster villain every season up until now. But the next big one is what about that gibberish that Barry said? He said a number of things that have happened in the past, so scenes that they've had in previous seasons, but he also said, I didn't kill anybody, Your Honor, so I will do a separate video about this because it's a bit of an Easter egg for the Reverse Flash. If you're a big comic book fan, you probably remember the trial of the Flash, where Barry gets put on trial in the distant future for the death of the Reverse Flash. Reverse Flash was trying to kill his girlfriend, so he snapped his neck Zod style, but the Legion of Superheroes took him to the future and he had to stand trial. So that was way back during the Silver Age. It'll probably be different when they do it on this show. But if you remember way back during season 1, when he went back for the first time to try and save his mother, he saw all those visions, Killer Frost, the Flash Museum. He also saw a picture of himself in Iron Heights prison wearing prison clothing, meaning that he had been sent to prison for some reason. That might be what that line of dialogue was about. Your Honor, I didn't kill anybody. But as for the writing, a lot of you have also noticed that the writing on the Thinker's face is the same as the symbols that Barry's been writing down, and it's also tattooed on this thug's hand. So when they decoded the symbols, Cisco was like, this house is bitchin', it didn't work. I think the twist is that it did work, and Barry has just seen everything that's going to happen this season and tried to write it down the only way he knew how. But they don't know how to interpret that yet. Like, look at the symbol on the back of the Thinker's chair here. That actually looks like a lot of the symbols here. So the secret to defeating the Thinker is in these symbols. There's a message somehow that will explain what's going to happen. They just need to learn to decode that. But a lot of you were asking about Danny Trejo. Is he going to be a villain? Is he going to be good? I think they're playing it more for comedy, and he is a villain in this episode, but not ultimately a villain. Like, he's just a dad that really cares about his daughter. Cisco will probably win him over by the end of the episode. But a lot of you big comic book fans will know that Breacher in the comics definitely was a villain. I don't think they're going to do it exactly like it was in the comics. I think they could always bring him back as a villain, but I just think for the purposes of this episode, it's just for the relationship comedy. The other big question I saw from you guys that I was really surprised by was people asking about Barry getting drunk because of this picture here. He's in a bar. This actually seems like it's from Barry's bachelor party, and yes, he can get drunk with the really special alcohol, but the whole idea here is that I think he's just celebrating and he's just really happy, so he seems like he's drunk. So the actual bachelor party won't take place till episode 5. That's the episode that Katie Sackhoff is guest starring in. She's playing Amunet Black, the blacksmith. They actually named her during episode 1. She's the person that Caitlin's been working for during this past 6-month period. But we can talk more about her in a separate video. That's still a couple weeks away. Probably the other biggest question was people wondering what was going on with Iris in the trailer for episode 2, saying, "You're not the Flash, we're the Flash." She's talking about the team together. So it's called the Flash family for a reason, because Barry does better when he has a family around them. And Team Flash right now is that family. But they actually do have a legit comic book Flash family too. It's just that they're not doing so many speedsters right now. The deal with Constantine is that he's crossing over to Legends of Tomorrow, doing at least one episode. He'll perform an exorcism inside an insane asylum, but beyond that, I don't know how they're going to use him. That's all they've said about him so far. But he does have an animated show that you'll be able to watch for free on CW Seed, but they haven't announced a premiere date for that yet. But it's on the CWC.com. Moving into Arrow territory, a lot of you were asking why Diggle's hands are shaking and why he can't hit anything with his gun. The whole thing is that they have PTSD. Everyone's just expressing it in different ways. So all this is just shock from what happened back on the island when Prometheus blew them all up. He just hasn't dealt with it yet. The person at the end of the episode everyone was asking about, who seemingly rescued Black Siren because she's alive in present day, is probably going to turn out to be Michael Emerson. If you look at this silhouette here, he has hair. The actor playing Richard Dragon is bald on the TV show. So I'm just assuming that's him, and it sounds like all the big things that happened at the end of the episode, the big WTFs, were through his actions. So Black Siren is doing stuff for him. But because I didn't have time to get to a Legends video, the big thing they teased this season, the big villain, is called Malice. They haven't revealed who that is or whether or not it's a person from the comics. There is a comic book character called Malice. He's from the irredeemable Mark Waid comic book, which is not canon to DC Comics. So there is no DC Comics character called Malice, which makes me think that it's either the name of the team of villains or it's a person who they just created for the TV show. But they're bringing Damien Dark back. Gorilla Grodd will be one of the villains. And then the last one that I know about will be Kuasa, who's one of Vixen's granddaughters. And as far as I know, the current version of Vixen is still on the TV show, but she went back to the past, so presumably she'll rejoin the team eventually. But what'll probably happen is because there's so much stuff that happens in the middle of the week, I don't know if I'm going to do regular Legends of Tomorrow videos. I might just do videos for the big stuff, for the crossover, the mid-season finale, the big finale episodes, and when it comes back. So I'll still do Legend stuff, so no worries. If there's videos that I'm not doing but you have big questions about, you can ask them for the Q&A videos and I'll include them. So the next Flash video that I'll probably do will be for all that gibberish that Barry spoke, and probably a new trailer video too. We actually supposedly saw Elongated Man in one of those, but we actually found that he's coming in episode 4, so that should be coming in the next couple of days. If I have time for it tonight, I'll get to it, but there's new Game of Thrones tomorrow. Congratulations to the latest giveaway winner, Matthew Lopez. Please private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact details. While you wait for everything, you can click here for the trailer for the next Flash episode, and you can click here for brand new Rick and Morty. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.